Welcome to the overview of the Defined Contribution Plan 2025 Tier 3. This is for eligible members first enrolled after December 31st, 2024. So who's eligible? Those that are 18 years of age or older, those that work at least 20 hours a week for at least 20 weeks a year. The position must be regularly funded and not of limited duration. And the member may not have a previous active or suspended enrollment in the NDPER's main defined benefit plan or defined contribution plans. Other eligibility provisions: elected or appointed state officials enrolled for the first time, non-state appointed officials of participating employers, elected officials of participating counties. The Defined Contribution 2025 Tier 3 plan has different rates than our previous defined contribution plans. The mandatory contributions are 4% for the employee and 5.26% for the employer. Now, the employee can get a match in this plan if they put an additional 3% into the plan. This is how it works. Within the first 30 days of hire, an employee can choose up to 3% to be put of their own money into the Defined Contribution 2025 tier. The employer must match up to 3%. At any time, whether it's during the first 30 days or at any time during employment, if the employee has access to the 457 State of North Dakota Deferred Compensation Plan, they can put up to 3% for a match in that. Now, the employee could choose to put 1% in the defined contribution and 2% into the deferred comp, but the maximum match between the two plans is 3%. The match will be added to whatever the employee chooses as a first enrollment. So, for example, if within the first 30 days they did 3% into the defined contribution, and then later they did 3% into the deferred comp, the match will be for the defined contribution plan. Which contribution choice is best for you? Well, the first thing is, will your additional contribution transfer with you if you move to another NDPERS participating employer? For example, if you choose to put up to 3% within the first 30 days of your hire in the Defined Contribution 2025, and you move from a state employer to a political subdivision, that transfer will follow you, and vice versa. But if you decided to put your 3% match in the 457 State of North Dakota Deferred Compensation Plan, and you move to an employer that does not have these plans, that match will not follow you. So you can start, stop, increase, decrease your additional contribution at any time. That is not true for the Defined Contribution 2025. Whatever you choose within the first 30 days will follow you for the rest of your PERS life. And that's even if you move to another eligible employer. It's if you leave employment and then return later. It's even if you leave employment, cash out, and return later. Whatever you've elected within those first 30 days will follow you for your lifetime while you're participating in the plan. With the 457 plan, you can start, stop, increase, decrease at any time. There are numerous NDPERS plan approved providers. Well, in the DC 2025, it's Empower. For the 457 plans, you have a choice of 4. It's Empower Companion Plan 457, it's Brevera, it's Bank of North Dakota, or it's nationwide. In either one of these plans, you get to manage your own investment strategy. Now, are your contributions subject to the IRS annual contribution limits? Not in the DC 401A 2025 plan, but they are in the NDPERS 457 plans, and those will change annually. Is your contribution subject to annual wage limitations? It is in the DC 2025, but not in the NDPERS 457 plans. So what if you are with a non-state employer, because all state employers have access to our state of North Dakota 457 plans? Ask your employer if you work for a political subdivision. A political subdivision is a county, a city, school. These political subdivisions may have their own 457 or 403Bs. If they do, they can voluntarily choose to match your contribution, but it's not mandated by law. Your investment strategy is between you and your provider. You determine your retirement income based on your account balance. You can begin drawing from your account if you're off payroll for 31 days. If you fully liquidate your account before age 59 and a half, it's subject to a 10% penalty. Vesting in the defined contribution plan is gradual vesting. If you work fewer than 2 years, you're 100% vested in your employee bucket, but not the employer. If you work 2 years, you're 100% vested in your employee bucket and 50% vested in the employer. If you work 3 years, you're 100% vested in your employee bucket and 75% in the employer. And finally, at 4 years, you're 100% vested in both buckets. Now, if at any time during your employment you turn 65, bam, you're 100% vested. There are more resources to help you with your investments in the defined contribution plan. Empower is also available to help you with investments in your companion plan should you choose to get your match in that. Empower can meet with you virtually one-on-one at no additional cost to you. You can join one of the monthly webinars provided by Empower to learn more. You can also contact Empower directly. Their customer service number is 866-816-4400. They're available Monday through Friday, 7 to 9 p.m. Central Time, Saturdays, 8 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. Central Time. You can also visit their website. It's at empowermyretirement.com. All smushed together, empowermyretirement.com. Thank you.